That was David.
What's...
Actually, I wanted to show you. You know, when I went to visit him at the lake house,
Yes.
he gave me a letter for you. I know that you guys, you're not seeing each other anymore. We hardly hear from him. But when I went to the lake house, he said, "Can you please give this letter to Alvira?" What is this flower you've been wearing on your ear since this morning?
Oh yeah, it's Polynesian thing, you know, you wear flowers on near the ears.
But when were you last in Polynesia?
Oh, many years ago, but I just thought...
You were still a toddler or a kid?
No, I was 14, 15 last time I went there.
Actually, I mean, either you, Jeff, or my dad, David, none of you ever talk about our grandparents, you know. I hardly recall any of the stories with Pop or Grandma. Were you spending a lot of time in Polynesia?
Yes. I was born there.
Oh, yeah, it's true. This is why.
But I moved to Fiji. We moved to Fiji when we were young and went to boarding school there and went back and then back again. You know, went to Tonga and then went back to Fiji again, and then that's how we got to Australia.
Yeah, I mean, Granddad was in the Navy, so I understand why. You were certainly brought up in Polynesia different from, because Granddad was in the Navy, but I know Uncle Jeff and my dad were not. Okay, so David gave me this letter last time, a couple of days ago when I went to the lake house, and I left this morning, and this is why I wanted to show you that this is for you. This is what he said. Please, I don't know what it was obviously prepared for you when he said before I left, or the night before, he said, "Can you give that to Alvira?"
Now, this is a love letter. He's still in love with me.
Okay. What does he say? What does he want?
Well, he wants us to get back together, but he's my past. I've closed that and closed off him. I don't want to get involved with anyone.
Yeah, I mean, how long are you going to be between those two men?
Well,
you know?
that's over. I'm not getting back with either one of them. So that's it. It's a lovely letter. That's really beautiful. But that's it. That's all it is. He's my past, and so is him. I'm enjoying what I'm doing in my life right now.
I understand. I mean, you've always been very secretive about your life and your past. I mean, I always remember you single, basically, even back the time you were married to Hank, because you spent a lot of time with us at Purple Grove, you know, and you were, going over the weekend simply to most of the time, or 4 days out of 7, pretty much to spend with Hank.
Yeah, well, that's the past. I don't have any feelings for either one of them. So.
But don't you want to go and visit Hank in Orange as a friend?
Oh, as a friend it's different, but I think he knows that now, that we will never get back together. No doubt he's moved on, or who knows.
He was a big part of your life.
Yeah, so was David. But can we talk about something else?
Sure.
You know, what we just talked about is the past, and that's it. Okay, I've got so much to tell you about the business, because that's my new life now.
And get out of your life completely, and everybody else's as well.
she was too emotional, and she said, if I can give you something. The cottage, as you know, is a part of her life. Nothing would have happened. All those years wouldn't have been successful if she hadn't met your brother Sam. And I don't know if your brother ever told you this story. Your brother had a gun, an old gun that was given by your grandfather in the 19th century, or great-great-grandfather. And when they were both working together in real estate, they wanted to buy a land in Blackheath. And Sam would have thrown the gun, as far as he could have done it. And he said, wherever it falls, this is the size of the land we're going to buy. And it happened to be the cottage. This land was bought later by Hank, and they built up the cottage where he thinks you deserve something back, to pay you back for the contribution of your brother. Because in this land, there were opals buried in the mine. And she said, if I can hand them back to you, or part of it anyway, to hand back to you, to thank you and Sam for all those years. In a sense, Sam remains, in the land. His ashes are there. You never knew that, but his ashes are there scattered across the land. So a way to thank you about that is to hand over those opals.
To tell you,
I'm rather busy.
you can see that. My father died. He left a will. In that will, I have found a certain amount of power, which
Well,
at first
Good for you.
I was happy about, and I had no thought in destroying you with this information that I have, because you worked in your council. You left some information, but then I thought about you and about the money you've used from the citizens to establish your own hotel. So what I've...
Hold it. What makes you think I've used anybody's money except my own?
I have a document. I have proof. My
Oh,
father
yes.
worked with you.
Everybody's out to find fault with their politicians.
Yes, but when you have the actual documents in hand,
I want to be pretty convincing documents.
well, leave me.
Well, show them to me, because I mean, and a jailbird say so. Let's face it, that's what you are, a jailbird. Alex, is that you? What are you doing here?
Good to see you, Penelope.
Heavens above!
It's good to see you.
Oh, I'm so long since I've seen you.
How have you been?
How's my little brother?
I'm very well.
Sit down, I'll tell you all about it.
I couldn't believe it when I heard it. I didn't think how could it possibly happen.
It's really hard to believe, isn't it? It's hard to imagine that she's gone.
It's awful. You poor thing. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm getting there, but it's very difficult. Very, very difficult. I'm so glad you're here. I need your support. What are you going to do with yourself?
I've come back. I'm tired of running. I'll come back to see you. I want to see you smile again.
I will help you all I can. You know that, as I have in the past. There's a lot of mystery around this death. The police never found the driver, and it really bothers me.
You said something you would always do it, and I believe you'll do it.
I need some leads. I need to start focusing on it.
I want you to get rid of the car. I found out it's still in the records. Why is it still in the records? Just get rid of it. I want it destroyed. Look, I don't care. Just get rid of the car.
Well, I've only one brother.
It's been a long time.
It has. We have some problems, though.
What are they? I've stopped drinking now.
You must keep that very, very quiet. If that comes out, we'll have a disaster.
What's the problem? What's the matter?
Somebody knows about you. Somebody has managed to find out about your drinking problem, and they also know how we overcame it. They know where I got the money from. I was in a position of power. I used some of the money, as you know, to help you recuperate and get through.
But Penelope, that was so long ago.
I know, it's a long time ago, but I'm afraid it went to my head, the position and the power, and I couldn't help myself. I used some more of the money to build up the hotel so that we'd have a future, so that I'd have some security. I didn't know what else to do. And if this is discovered, I will be destroyed. What can I do for you?
I've decided to forget everything, to forgive. Mainly because of David. I decided that this would affect him, him being like working in your hotel, and I don't want that to happen.
I suppose it's better we get on with our lives.
I'm glad you think that way too.
Well, I was never one to harbour a grudge, and despite all that's happened, what else can we do? We have to move forward. I do wish you well with the baby.
Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that, especially with what's going on in the past.
So much has happened. What else can go wrong? Me, my political career is at an end. You know, it's better to move on.
Well, that's what I think too. I mean, I've got a baby to think of as well.
Does this gun remind you something?
Yes. They belong to Sharon's father.
Yes. I need an explanation about that. This gun, and there was a letter with it. And I found out actually a couple of things. I've been quite amazed.
Well, that was in the letter.
You know that I could shoot you.
Yeah, go ahead if you want. Well, what was in the letter?
This gun is a golden gun.
What's that mean?
This gun was coming from Sharon's great-great-great-grandfather, whoever he was. And when you decided to buy the land with Sharon's father, because I believe you were quite in love with him at one stage.
Yeah.
That was before you decide to go with Hank, probably. So what's the story behind this gun?
Okay, the story behind that gun, Sharon's father offered me that gun. I could not accept it because he wanted to marry me. There was the condition, if I take that gun, it means I'm, you know,
His wife,
I'm going to be his wife. I'm accepting a proposal.
When
His
was that?
proposal, obviously, it was when I was still a virgin. I was too young to accept his marriage proposal, so that's why I did not take the gun, because I know that gun means a lot to him.
I don't think I deserve this gun. This gun is a proof of love between two human beings, and I think this gun should come back to you.
Well, as you know, it's my last night here.
Oh, it's been so good catching up with you.
It's been great, but there has been something which has really been bothering me.
Tell me what it is. I'm here for you.
Well, I haven't been able to sleep properly, and it's really disturbing for me. Who were you talking to, you know, when we first met properly? Remember you were on the phone, you were talking about a car?
No, I'm on the phone every day.
No, I think you remember which conversation I'm talking about. You were talking to someone about wreckers getting rid of the car.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, you were on the phone to someone, and it was about the wreckers and just getting rid of the car. I mean, what was all this about?
I'm sorry, Phil, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're implying, but I'm not sure what the conversation was.
I really need to know, is this the same car that ran over Rochelle?
I came around the corner in the car and Rachel dove out of the house like a mad woman. I had no time to stop. I didn't mean to kill her. What are they going to think about me? They'll think that I'm still an alcoholic and
Oh, that will go. she had asthma crisis. I didn't know she was. Yeah, I knew she was suffering from asthma, but I thought it was coming and going. Do you know much about asthma? How can it happen?
No, not much. I thought you were born with it as a child.
Yeah, but
She's had it lately, the last few winters.
Yeah. Anyway, now it's pretty serious. She's been transferred to Sydney Hospital. They didn't have enough, commodities there in Batesman's Bay, so they had to transfer her here. And that's the reason I wanted to see you for that. I'd like you to be a part of it. I'd like you to help her.
It's a beautiful part of the world.
I want still to discover some parts of it, like Pebbly Beach. I've never been. I'd like you drag me down there.
We'll go this weekend.
You feel much better now.
Much better, thank you.
No more asthma crisis.
That's right.
I'm just going through some old footage, and one of the things I found is this image right here. Can you see what I'm looking at?
A yellow coat.
The yellow coat. Yes, digging, doing a bit of investigation and digging through. First of all, I thought, as of course it's explained in the books about Mercury wings, got onto the conclusion that I think you're the one that's behind the yellow coat. So, moment of truth, need to fess up.
Oh, great. What's been happening with you?
It's been one of those days, just I've come from seeing Sonia, and seeing her in jail is just, it's depressing, but I guess you've got to pay for your crimes, so, but life has to go on.
You seem a bit down, or the dynamics has changed, not so excited now being at Parkinson. Well, is it because we're renting the space to UTS and people are coming and going, or what?
It is a little bit distracting with so many people going, through the building, in and out all the time. It is distracting, but, I guess, sometimes I question, why do I bother? What am I meant to do? It's like, do I concentrate and continue what I'm doing? I just, sometimes feel like I've lost complete interest in the whole project.
No, I think there's something else that's, bothering you. What is it?
You see, I think I've met somebody.
Okay, yeah.
I think I'm falling in love with him. And I don't know if you know him, Bill Saunders. He was a friend of Sebastian's a while back. Son.
Look at you. Get that over it. Do you mind?
Take me here, Pebbly Beach.
Yes.
Beautiful bird.
Are they? You feel their front teeth, I think you're good.
It doesn't hurt fine, he says.
Watch.
Okay. No, they're going. They're all going the same direction. Yeah.
But you can get animal-friendly pellets. Have you got them?
I don't know.
I've got them.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
The ones I got are cat and dog friendly.
Oh, there, pet safety.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
We won that battle.
Yeah, I know.
But
well done.
Yeah, but don't just rest there. There's going to be even a bigger one coming. Right, yeah.
Maybe Elvira be an ally.
That's a great idea. I think she'd be a great help.
Yep.
It's possible, but we'll have to see.
Great to see the demolitions happen so quickly.
Oh, look,
it's amazing.
It is. It's just really great. But we now got to think about something else.
Yeah. So what are the plans? What are the ideas?
Yep.
You know, how are we going to construct this? And you know, you obviously got an architectural background, so
Yep.
I can help you in that area.
Well, we need to fine tune the details now.
Yeah, sure, okay.
I want to use your expertise to
That's
work
great.
this out.
That's fantastic. Glad to be on board.
Excellent.
Well done.
Well done to us all.